Oh, hey. How
That's
are we?
right. Happy Cinema Collective Day.
Happy.
Yes.
Happy day.
Happy July 1st.
Umo. Ugh.
I know. I'm sorry.
Umo.
Sorry.
Thrish. Wait.
Hello.
Thanks for being here. How are we doing today? Whoa, there's me.
We are under the cover of darkness right now.
We're under the cover of darkness? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause Adobe's off today.
Yeah,
Except us.
technically they're on break right now. So us and Ryan are getting to sneak in 2 shows and we're really excited.
We are excited. Thank you all for being here. We've been doing really well. We are getting ready for things,
We are.
as always.
Darkness. We're shooting a music video for this guy tomorrow, and I'm very excited.
I'm so excited.
Location sick, and it's been solid. Anyone that's new, I'm Ashleigh. This is Courtney. We're CA in LA.
Hi.
Courtney and Ashleigh in Los Angeles. We're best friends, filmmakers, musicians,
And variety streamers.
and we really like filming things for clarity on Thursdays.
Yeah, I think that this is going to be a really fun DIY.
Yeah.
We've never done a music video DIY before. We've done films, but this is going to be a really unique challenge, and I think it's going to be awesome.
Yep. We're doing
So-
some test shoots today, and we'll see what happens.
We will see.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and jump in because there is a lot of stuff today. Because, wouldn't be us without that.
Well, a lot happens in a week in this life.
In this little life. Okay.
Yeah.
So last week we went over film news and updates in Premiere Part 1. And for our Week 4 challenge, we asked you to listen to your favorite soundtrack. What is your favorite soundtrack?
We have a few.
Ours that
Few favorites.
that we put up is from the film Like Crazy. This isn't necessarily the soundtrack to the film, but Destin O'Halloran, who's the composer, he's brilliant, and a lot of his music was used for the film.
I feel like having multiple favorites is okay in any other realm other than people. Like best friend,
I
Like it's one
mean-
best friend, but you can have multiple favorite soundtracks.
It's interesting how people will say, my best friends. I just don't subscribe to that.
Yeah, because then there's like, well, my work best friend, and then there's my childhood best friend, and then there's, which is interesting. There's a lot of categories
Yeah.
that people have. Does anybody else have that? I don't. It's Ashleigh. But we also do everything together, so you fit all those slots anyway. Like you're my gym best friend. You are my work best friend. You're my life best friend.
That's good.
Best friend. Instrumental, probably Dune. Okay,
Doing solid.
that is solid.
It's a
And
great
Wade,
choice.
how the heck are you doing?
Hi, Wade.
Happy to have you here.
Yeah. Thanks for vibing with us.
Dune is a solid one. And then Everything Everywhere All at Once, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, that one has to be in there because that is just a sensational soundtrack.
That's right. We just didn't want to overdo it and
We
be
had
like
to pick one.
Everything Everywhere All at Once, obviously, and then 500 Days of Summer, and then
Yeah, I feel like that one just goes without saying.
500 Days of Summer.
No. Everything Everywhere All at Once goes without saying. That's just, we know that she exists.
She does exist.
Yeah.
Okay, so please keep answering in chat if you would like. Vidor says instrumental, probably Dune. And our chat question to get things started is, what was your favorite section in Blockbuster? Martu!
Martu! Oh my goodness. Arcane, yeah.
I think the Arcane
Solid.
soundtrack is currently one of my favorites.
Have you listened to it recently? Do you listen to it while you stream?
That's a really solid.
I'd
pick.
imagine no, because the copyright, but then also people just,
People.
listen to what they want to listen to.
That's right.
I don't think I latch onto soundtracks like that most of the time, but I do appreciate them in the moment and in context. Kind of like you appreciate them, but it's not something you're actively noticing or paying attention to, Thrish.
Yeah, Thrish, you're not like, you know what I'm really feeling right now? The Emperor's New Groove soundtrack.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But you just enjoy the quirky tunes while they're happening. In where now? Wade, come on. This question came up because we just saw something where in little towns, people are converting old like abandoned newspaper stands, and they're turning them into blockbusters. So it's like the town library. It's like you take a book, leave a book, except you take a movie, leave a movie, which I think is incredible. So yeah, they're making them look like little blockbusters, which is great. Sci-fi back in the day for Blockbuster, nice. And War2, yes and yes. So you do listen to the stream. Oh, thank you. You're my overall best friend.
Thank you. Somehow that's diminishing from best friend.
How?
When you're just like, you're my overall best friend.
Yeah, you are. There's nothing underneath. You are all encompassing. You are God. See?
All right.
Yeah, isn't that cute? Oh, so good. Okay, so what is your favorite section in Blockbuster?
Okay, so my Blockbuster had this section called Hits or Misses. And it was like indie films, but they didn't tell you which ones were the hits and which ones were the misses. So you just went into that and it was either like a really great film or horrible. But again, you had no idea. So I really loved the roulette that was that section.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it sounds great.
That's where the other side of heaven was. And they wouldn't tell you if they thought it was a hit or miss. And so I think that was a perfectly curated area.
I think that's a beautiful category to have for streaming platforms too.
Yeah.
You just don't know. I mean, I guess you would know from the reviews and stuff, but you know, did they have staff picks? They did, of what I recall. Yeah. That is fun. I remember a miscellaneous category, and now I don't know if, I mean, it definitely existed, but now I don't know if that was just where employees put movies that they needed to put back, but they always had a little cart that they would drive around for that. Like that they would just wheel around with them. So I honestly don't know what this category was, but it had a little bit of everything in it, which I thought was fun.
It's a party.
Yeah.
So that's the sample of what Court was talking about, the repurposed, which is really cute because there are so many newspaper boxes that just sit empty. So the fact that they're being repurposed for something really positive and really good is great.
I hope that Blockbuster doesn't come at them for copyright. Like, just let them have it. Actually, you should lean in and collaborate. I think that this is a good idea. The candy category, am I right?
You're not wrong. There's good stuff in the candy section. Like, there were some times that I would just be craving the chocolate covered cookie dough bites.
I mean, those were so good.
And it's like $1. It was $1 something. And I was like, this is the move. Love it. Get myself a banana and chocolate chip or chocolate covered cookie dough was like core memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Delicious. Yes, Be Kind, Rewind. There's also a television show that has Randall Park in it that is about Blockbuster. But great suggestion about Be Kind, Rewind.
I know Half Price Books has a staff section, and you can tell which staff truly accepts that responsibility. Oh, I love that so much.
I agree with that, Wade.
We have a video store here in town still that does showings of older movies that at the Jean Cocteau here in town. That's amazing.
Yes. We need to preserve older cinema.
Totally agree.
It was basically movie theater candy. Yeah, and it was great. The only thing that I wish that Blockbuster would have had back in the day was the fun, kitschy movie popcorn buckets. But I'm not trying to pay $35 for a
cardboard or whatever type of material, paper bucket.
I'm excited to see what the IMAX movie bucket is for Odyssey. Like, what is it going to be? A ship? Is it going to be an IMAX camera? Like, what is this going to be?
Is it going to be a ship? Can you imagine?
Going to be Matt Damon's head. We just
I absolutely can't imagine, actually.
So, I also love half-priced books.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
They are.
Okay. Stuff that's coming out this week, there's not a lot. So Elle season 1, which
can compete with the song that just came out. That's why.
What's up, Finko? Thanks for that alert. I'm Max Cruz. Yes, I bet they would have done well back in the day. Totally. We all loved our Happy Meals from McDonald's. Why not do that with popcorn and snacks and treats?
That's excellent.
Yeah. Imagine the Titanic bucket. It's just like a vertical ship. Or is it the door?
which would hold 0 popcorn and just feeds into the lore. There wasn't room, there was room.
I think this is good. We just need to, when new movies are coming out, what specialty popcorn bucket would it be?
I like it.
Okay, so Elle season 1, this is based off Legally Blonde. It is a precursor, 8 episodes. All episodes are available as of today on Prime. In 1995, Elle Woods tries to figure out the tumultuous waters of high school, where she encounters tricky friendships, forbidden romance, and questionable fashion choices. So this is for fans of Legally Blonde and Clueless. Apparently, she is this is her like first big role. So yay, we love that we're still discovering new actors.
Yes, that's great.
Yeah. What if the door was a tray you could buy? See? I love that. Get into that.
Oh my God.
And then Jack is not included.
Right.
Enola Holmes 3. I didn't know we were on 3 already, but this is an hour and 45-minute film that is a mystery and crime that follows Enola Holmes to Malta, where her plans to tie the knot unravel when Sherlock's disappearance plunges her into a perilous case. This is available on Netflix today, and the only reason I know about this movie is because a still of it came out, and she's got like the best set of nails. This takes place in the 1800s. So good to know. Good to know. Wade, you should do a popcorn bucket bracket for future movies like March Madness. Oh, Wade, that's an excellent idea.
That'd be fun.
Excellent. The Coral. I just thought that this photo was so great.
It is good.
This is a drama and musical coming in at an hour and 53 minutes, set in a Yorkshire town during World War I. This drama and musical follows a controversial and demanding new choir master, Dr. Henry Guthrie, who unites a community of local teenagers, wounded veterans, and townspeople through the power of music as they prepare for an unconventional choral performance. It just seems like really wholesome.
We love that.
Yeah. So
Yes.
July 2nd, tomorrow on Netflix.
Okay. So soon.
Yeah. Silo season 3. This is a sci-fi fantasy in season 3. 10 episodes, all will be released on Fridays every week. Starts this Friday, July 3rd on Apple. As a newly amnesiac, Juliet Nichols fights to lead a fragile, recovering underground society. A split timeline simultaneously uncovers the apocalyptic before times, where two figures unravel the catastrophic, love this word, government conspiracy that first created the silos.
I gotta tell you, Ashleigh and I play this game on our Twitch stream. Well, we used to. We haven't played in a while. But anyway, the Airbnb game. And one of the Airbnbs was a silo. And I don't want any part of that.
No, thank you.
I want no part of it.
Absolutely not.
I would not be staying in that.
The soda for the Titanic could be the sunken half of the ship filled with soda, of course, with a straw. Sorry, stuck on ideas. I love this, Wade.
And is this a prediction bracket of movies that are coming out, or would we just have fun doing ones that are already there? I think that's where it gets interesting.
Furthermore, on the Titanic, what if we bring back paper tickets and that ticket tells you what class you would have ended up on?
Oh my goodness, and we're all first.
It's related to an actual person that was on the Titanic. So then you can go and research that actual person that you got slotted the ticket.
That's so cool.
Like, think about this. There's so many opportunities. We're here. Yeah, just have fun with the creative ideas.
And
Exactly.
at the end, we all get a candy necklace that looks like roses at the end upon leaving.
Oh, I love this.
That's our trinket for leaving.
You get trinkets. Beautiful.
Yes.
This is my kind of movie.
Yeah, sounds good.
Out this week. There's so much out this week. So on Hulu on July 2nd, full free, you could watch Ready or Not 2. On HBO Max on July 3rd, you get Lee Cronin's The Mummy, which is not Brendan Fraser's Mummy, just to be clear.
Yeah.
That you are able to rent. You can rent Mother Mary, which is an A24 film with Anne Hathaway.
Yep.
That's available now. On June 30th on Prime, so yesterday, you're able to rent Obsession and The Devil Wears Prada 2. And on July 3rd, in time for the weekend, you can rent Project Hail Mary.
Nice.
Yep.
Classism is historical and current. It works.
It works.
I like the research element at the end.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, who is Franklin Geronimo the Fourth? Oh, he died.
Also, the Titanic is just class act. Hindsight's 2020.
Yeah, I mean, you can
Just
only
so many things.
keep talking about, like, even God can't sink that. Like, guys, come on.
We also need to be practical. Did anyone see Hail Mary? Yeah, a lot of the Johanna's seen it.
So many Marys.
And then the Cinema Collective, when it came out, a lot of people had seen it.
Yeah, I thought it was funny to put Mother Mary, Project Hail Mary. Thanks for seeing that.
It was great.
So the sports ball is still ongoing. It's been going on since June 11th and going until July 19th. This is the 23rd edition. While it started with 48 teams, we're down to 32 teams, and we are in rapid fire knockout round. And this is taking place across 3 host countries, the US, Mexico, and Canada. All of the major matches are live on Fox, and then all 104 matches are available to be streamed on Fox One. Thrish says, I enjoyed Hail Mary. It wasn't quite what I was expecting, but it was good. Wait,
good.
You talk about not going to a silo, but I won't go on a ship claimed to be unsinkable.
I agree, because you know that the way they are driving the ship is if it's not, which means they're ignoring safety protocol.
That's
to me.
right.
So, yeah, I am 100% in agreement with you.
Finko says, congrats to all the ball players and watchers.
Yeah, there were a lot of watch parties last night. And I think they won. I think Mexico won. I honestly don't know.
Honestly don't know.
How many peace prizes are they giving out at the end?
Hopefully none, because I don't think that that's a great idea. But what are your thoughts? How many peace prizes? I watched Sheep Detectives last night. It was cute. Simple story, but cute.
It was good. We watched the trailer for it. There are so many people in it.
So many people. The finale is 40 minutes from me, New Jersey, having a time. Yeah, I looked up where the finale was going to be, and I was like, thank God it's not in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
OMG, I would watch that Titanic/Speed mashup of a film. Think about it. Think about it. In theaters this weekend, the only new film is Minions and Monsters, and it is directed by Pierre Coffin. And I was like, who are you, dude? Pierre is actually the director of a couple films: Despicable Me 1, Despicable Me 2, Despicable Me 3, Minions, and Minions Rise of Gru.
Okay.
So Pierre's very familiar with the Despicable Me world. And this is a comedy adventure clocking in at an hour 29. The Minions band together to save the day after unleashing monsters upon an unsuspecting world.
Nope.
Cool.
Also, I'm sorry to go back to the older movies thing. I'm actually really surprised that Titanic has not been brought up for a remake. It is prime for it, but I wonder if that's in that category of we don't touch that one. Is there a category? Because it doesn't seem like there is a category of films of we don't do that. But that one would have been redone already, you would think.
That's a great anecdote. I'm not sure.
I just feel like that wouldn't go over well, but none of them have really gone over well. Anyway. I'm surprised there are not a few more movies coming out for the 4th. Yeah.
I was really surprised too. Very surprised, actually, because this is a really big blockbuster weekend. But you do have Toy Story 5. You still have Obsession and Backrooms in theaters. And don't worry, we'll get into some things. No Fish is that sacred to them, I think. I agree with that.
And Fingo, it was, but it never stops people. Even if the original is good.
Yeah.
I will now totally use the phrase, drive it like it's unsinkable.
I feel like that's how a lot of certain drivers of a certain car brand already drive, but maybe that's just Los Angeles.
That's also how Ashleigh and I demo things. Because that's what you should do.
That's right.
That's the idea.
You just never know.
We'll break it.
Okay, so a sneak peek of what is going to be in theaters this upcoming month. Moana, the live action, July 10th. The Odyssey from Christopher Nolan, July 17th. And Spider-Man, Brave New Day, July 31st. So since there aren't a lot of films coming out, I want to do something special that we pull some of the top Letterboxd reviews of the following films, because why not? Letterboxd is
I love that.
unhinged.
Yes.
And why not lean in on the Cinema Collective?
You should demo that way. I agree.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
You can't play it safe.
No.
It's not fun that way.
It isn't. And also it needs to be for your use case. And if your use
That's
case
right.
is unhinged, then that's what you should do.
Yep, brand new day. Thank
Yeah.
you, Chris Nolan. Okay, so the invite. 3 hot people in a jester dinner party of destruction and despair.
Also, who is the person they're leaving out? Because there's 4 characters.
Well, 3 hot people and a jester.
Oh, and a jester. Oh. Okay, sorry. I'm on board.
The best use of Edward Norton in decades.
What? Okay, Glass Onion was great.
Okay, huge respect to Olivia Wilde. I haven't seen a rebound this satisfying and unexpected since Mitchell Robinson grabbed the missed free throw at the end of Game 5. Great movie, like if Seth Rogen gave the most uncomfortably relatable performance of his life, and a peak Mike Nichols comedy. So blank funny. Wilde directs the blank out of it. Divorce rates are about to spike along the coasts. Ed Norton should play Larry Bird in a mediocre TIFF drama about the 3 years he spent coaching the Pacers. This is my first and last basketball coded log.
I really appreciate your censorship. I like that.
Thank you.
Just bad word.
Bad word. Bad
If your use
word.
case is unhinged, that is what you should do.
Yeah, great t-shirt quote. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Masters of the Universe. Heartbreaking, the worst person you know, Jared Leto, is really good in this movie. Happy Pride Month to Skeletor, and good camp fun.
Incredible.
Obsession. Obsession is such a cute word for whatever the blank that was.
Oh, wow.
One man has a crush and makes it everyone's problem. People who can dry swallow pills are demonic. Backrooms. Describing this movie is like trying to describe a dog to someone who's never seen one before. Beautiful. Beautiful. A film that begs the question, what? This movie
That's excellent.
is what waking up from a nap feels like. The final shot will haunt me for the rest of my life.
These are really different.
I know.
We go from describing a dog, what?
Toy Story 5, the kind of movie that makes an MF want to go play outside. A toy is never truly forgotten, which I think is a lovely thought. That's by Paddington. Yeah, that one. At this point, Andy's paying taxes, and I'm still crying over these toys.
Oh,
That hit.
oh yeah, that's a good one.
And this is dedicated to all of our Euphoria fans. Years from now, kids will watch this on their iPads and be like, wait, is this blank play about us? Supergirl. Just a girl and the dog she'd risk it all for. Home is wherever you are, buddy. Protect this family at all costs. And Lobo was born to play Jason Momoa.
Okay,
Not the other way around.
no. Well, it's going well. This is good.
Hi, Umo. Toys will be toys.
I think that's important. Superwoman, Supergirl, they just tend to not get good reviews.
Well, that's why we picked the ones that we did.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
I love it.
And-
Wholesome. Protect at all costs.
Disclosure Day. The way they didn't even disclose on the day. This is the kind of movie the guy from Begonia would have loved.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yes, we can learn a lot about empathy from the aliens who run experiments on children. Emily Blunt obviously gives the best performance here, but why is the second best low-key the news anchor at the very end? Seconded by, wouldn't you like to know, Weather Girl?
I really love this.
So, this was Letterboxd with the films that are still in theaters that you can go check out this weekend.
Fantastic.
Okay. So last week we talked about how Amazon had dropped the film Artificial, which is about Sam Altman. This is being touted as a social network in the same way that Mark Zuckerberg was portrayed by Jesse Eisenberg, and also the Sebastian Stan film, The Apprentice. So some stuff that is bioepic adjacent, but based on real stories. Okay. So Neon beat out Mubi to acquire Artificial, and quote, the film written by SNL's Simon Rich chronicles the days leading up to the sudden firing and reinstatement of Sam Altman as CEO of OpenAI, as the fate of who gets to control the technology at the center of an AI arms race hangs in the balance. Artificial will compete in this year's Oscar race. So this is a really, really big deal because previously this film has been shunned. And so the fact that Neon just came out of the gate and said, we acquired it and it will compete in this year's Oscar race.
Incredible.
Is a very big boy move.
Thank you, Neon. And clever. That was fun. Agreed.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I was like, this is so silly that not enough films are featured, so we'll feature them.
Yeah, I like it.
The
Great
Odyssey, thank you. The Odyssey from Christopher Nolan will be in theaters on July 17th. Now, there were pre-sale tickets a year ago for IMAX screenings. I highly suggest that if you want to see this film in IMAX for at least a month after it comes out, get your IMAX tickets sooner than later.
Is anybody really excited about this movie? Ashleigh had brought it up yesterday that it's coming out on the 17th of July, which just seems so quick. I feel like the first time we heard about it was last year, and I'm just, which I guess is normal, but yeah, for something like this, I'm just surprised. Unless the time just moved really quick, which is also possible.
So a fun collision of events has caused Toy Story 5 to do remarkably well in the UK. Now, that collision of things is the heat wave. So the early summer heat wave, where temperatures were reaching over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, is now considered to be the most severe and widespread in modern history. And it sent much of the continent under with record-breaking temperatures. But the heat caused a lot of parents to take their kids to the theaters for relief from the temperatures, which led Toy Story to open with a $20.2 million box office in the first 3 days. And then the second week, it hit $38.6 million. And they think that the reason that there was a drop off is because the weather got cooler in the UK.
But also, if that doesn't show you one of the many reasons why third spaces are important, I don't know what does.
Absolutely.
When I moved to San Antonio in 1994, we had no AC in our apartment or our truck. I saw almost every movie that came out that year.
Wow.
That's wild. What a correlation.
Yeah, and thank you for sharing that. Because, yeah, I thought it was interesting that a lot of people are like, Toy Story had its best debut in the UK. And I'm like, okay, but why? We need to look at the causality there.
Yeah, why matters.
Ron Howard and Jim Carrey are both in talks to reprise their roles in a Grinch sequel that will be live action. Universal Pictures is developing it.
Whoa.
And yeah, the original film is from 2000. Don't give studios ideas, folks.
I know, wouldn't that be awful? But we're kind of just headed there. Anyway.
All right, and my final anecdote so that you've got time.
Oh, we're chilling.
You got time. Controlling weather will be the next move.
I mean, they already are.
Umo says it's hard to escape. Cinemas and malls have been laying in wait.
Yeah. We just gotta bide our time.
Umo, would you say, as our resident UK-er, would you say that it's relatively easy to get to the cinema and that it is affordable and appealing enough? Because this was a really interesting anecdote. So, couple updates. The UK is really coming in clutch here. So, in case you didn't know, Warner Brothers is being attempted to be acquired by Paramount Skydance for about $111 billion. This is one of the largest mergers in history. Oh, Chris, hello.
Hi, Chris.
Do we need another Grinch? I think that Ron Howard and Jim Carrey both want it. But is Jim Carrey going to be okay being in all that makeup?
That's exactly what I thought, considering how much of a struggle it was for him with the first one.
Yeah.
New ideas? No, let's just do the same thing from 25 years ago.
Starting with
Where we
Titanic.
at?
I already have the whole marketing rollout with Thrish
Developed
and Wade.
on the Cinema Collective.
Listen. There's a lot here. There's a lot of monthly cinema ticket offers with mobile phone contracts and things. Oh, wow. We get weather control, but it only goes to make things worse, not better. I could see it.
Yes, agree.
So people can usually pick at least one film a month to head to. Oh, that's really awesome, Umo.
That's nice. That's nice.
Okay, so where we're at with this merger right now is that the shareholders for Warner Brothers on Thursday, April 23rd, voted to approve the company's acquisition by Paramount Skydance, even though everybody said don't do it.
Yeah.
The current complete scheduled acquisition is supposed to be done by September 30th, but they're trying to push through a July 15th closing date. I really don't see this happening based on all of the anecdotes that will follow this slide. I thought that possibly if everything got passed previous to July 1st, this would be a possibility, but there still is a possibility that it could be through by July 15th. One of the concessions that Paramount is making for the EU is that Paramount has agreed to exit its United International Pictures distribution joint venture with Universal as a concession to European antitrust regulators, pushing the EU's decision deadline on the $111 billion Paramount Warner Brothers merger from July 7th to July 22nd. So automatically right there, it is saying July 22nd, which puts it past that July 15th date, but things have been happening very quickly and we don't know what's going on beyond the scenes.
So Paramount's giving EU essentially everything that they've asked for.
Well, all we know that
we know of.
that Paramount or that EU has asked for is that Universal be split off.
Yeah. Internationally, not here, which they can't decide that, right?
Yes, United International Pictures is supposed to be splitting off. But this news broke about 6 hours ago. So you have to take it with a grain of salt.
Sure.
The UK, though, the UK government has signaled that it's likely going to challenge the deal. So they haven't formally challenged it. But they are likely to challenge the deal over concerns that it's giving too few owners control of UK media, and a review from media regulator Ofcom could take weeks or months.
Interesting.
And separately, the UK's competition watchdog, the CMA, not those, a different one. The CMA is running its own antitrust review, which will decide by August 7th. So right there, that's 3 things that are holding up the merger. However, currently, the US DOJ, Canada, China, South Africa, Germany, Australia, France, Italy, Romania, Slovenia, Belgium,
I can't read from back here.
New Zealand, Spain, they've all cleared the deal.
Czechoslovakia, or is that what that?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I passed over this. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
What we have remaining is the U.S. Federal Foreign Investment Review, the U.S. State Attorneys General, where it is expected that there will be lawsuits filed in New York and California, bare minimum, the European Commission, the U.K., and the CMA.
And those lawsuits wouldn't stop anything.
The lawsuits would stop.
They would.
The lawsuits would stop and would push that date. And what's really important to note is that if they do not hit that September 30th cutoff, they start having to pay insane fines, and they do not have the capital to be able to cover those fines.
Well, they don't even have the capital to buy it.
They don't have the capital to buy it. And so other big recap is that because there is so much foreign investment, it's right at the halfway mark. It's like $49 billion of foreign investment. That's why there are all of these investigations and agencies conducting independent investigations, because this will effectively eliminate so many jobs, and it will stop competition, because we are now merging Paramount and Warner Brothers, which are 2 huge entities, into one house.
Yep.
Which means less films at the box office, which is what we're seeing right now.
Umo, thank you. Yes, they split. Okay.
Thank you so much, Umo.
Yes.
All right. And with that, talk to me.
With that, one of the rollouts that has happened, not in Premiere, but in Premiere Beta, is that Adobe has released a Premiere AI assistant. Now, I'm going to demo how this works, just so you can see the use case, particularly how it would work in a workflow for Ashleigh and I. And if you have any questions along the way, please ask. I will say right off the top, I do not know, we currently don't know how many credits it will use per generation. So keep that in mind. Give me 1 second.
Has anybody used this Premiere Beta AI assistant? It is only in beta, and it is in a pop-up window all by itself. And we did some demos and did some testing, and it's really, really wild what you can accomplish.
It is wild. Okay, let's try this again.
I got you.
And then, as I said, any questions, please ask. I have one of them generated already just because I knew it was going to take a very long time, but I'm going to try my best to demo a couple of them in real time so you can actually see what's going on and approximately how much time it's going to take. But obviously, the longer the prompt, the more time it is going to take. And the first one I tried, just going back to what we were talking about demoing in general, is that you want to break it. And I was like, what is one of the most complicated things to explain, I would say? And for me, it's folder structure. And so that was going to be the first thing I was going to try. But let's jump in. So the first thing we want to do is add the assistant to Premiere. If you have not done that already, Window, Assistant, as always. Window, anything will get you to the panel that you need. This does arrive undocked, so you can feel free to land it wherever you want. I always just put everything on the right side because I just find it easier. And over here, there's already a lot of different folders going on, so I keep it on the right. Okay, so let me show you how this works. Once Assistant is open, if you want to start a new prompt, we'll come back to this one that I've already done, but we're going to click the plus sign right here. And Ashleigh, if you wouldn't mind moving us to the right, that'd be great. Thank you. Okay, so it starts with a few things already. You can organize my project, color code my media, batch rename my clips, find and assemble clips in a sequence. So those are really good starts, but I wanted to see what it would do if I started from the very beginning and I just imported my footage. What was that going to look like? So I have my footage in this bin, and I used Hey Dad specifically because I know some of these clips do not have a slate, and there are what we call bum takes or rehearsal takes.
Backing up, yeah. Hey Dad is a short film that we filmed in February of this year. It is a little bit sci-fi, a little dystopian, and it is about a 20-minute film. We have north of about 4.5 hours of footage.
Yes. Also, as of right now, you cannot rename your things. They will get renamed up here as
You cannot rename your chats?
Your chats, thank you. As what you decide they're going to be. It's going to go based off of what your prompt is. And even then, sometimes if it's convoluted, you won't be able to change it. But that's coming, I'd imagine. So I type my prompt in here. And then this is very important. It is automatically checked on that it will always ask permission or approve permission automatically. When you are just starting out with this, I recommend having always ask permission. So that way you can see the steps. You can see exactly what it's doing before you just run it and then things aren't what you want and you don't know where things landed, how they ended up. It's better to just see the process and get under the hood as much as you can. So again, this is automatically checked on. And when you do have huge, actually, I'll come back to that. So my first thing is I want to relabel all of my takes. This is something that is very tedious. When I demoed this before, I would go in and I would find the frame that had the slate in it, and I would have to like drag and then set my frame and then rename it. But we're going to see if this can do it. So I'm going to just say.
So to be clear, Courtney at this point has brought all of the footage into Premiere, and it is unlabeled. This is just out of camera on our hard drive, and she labels all of our takes in Premiere just not to break any of the folder structures. So all of the unlabeled footage
is here. Yes, C005, just straight out of the camera. Knowing how to prompt is important, but as far as demos go, I want to just see if it understands me as I'm speaking without really any experience in prompting anything at all. So I want it to relabel all takes to slate names in quotes bin, because I know I want it to be in this bin, and I don't know, I'm guessing that's what it's going to do. Detect using frames and transcript. I said transcript because I also know that some of the slates in here are very blurry, that if it looks at this, it might not be able to read it, but I want it to listen to it also. And that's just me because I already know that. But if your footage doesn't have that, maybe you don't need it to detect using the transcript. Oops, it would help if I could spell. All right, so let's run that and let's just see how long it's going to take. That should be super helpful, especially for people like me. Yeah, it's incredibly helpful. It also eliminates error, which is good.
So keep in mind, there is this disclaimer at the bottom of the window that says,
responses are generated using AI and may be inaccurate. So keep that in mind, but that's also another reason why you want always ask permission and always be reading it as it goes. Once you get used to it or you understand what prompt gets you the right result, then you can set it, forget it, and go grab your coffee. But this does take a little bit of training to make sure that you are getting the results that you want. Okay, so it's telling me it sees the bin and now it's called all tools. I'm going to click that down. So it's telling me this is what it is going to be editing and this is what it needs to do to get to the result that I'm asking it to give. So while I'm letting this go, I'm going to show you the really in-depth one, which was the first one that I did. Look at this prompt. Create bins, scenes 1 through scene 8, 1A-1 up to 1F1 with 2 takes in each folder labeled to the corresponding bin. Example, 1A1, 1A2, 1B1, 1B2, and so on to 1F1. Which, again, was like, how am I going to explain a folder structure, and how on earth is it even gonna work with something that's my way of speaking? Does this make sense? Also, when you have a red dot up here, that means that the other one is working. So I generated this beforehand because that is, and it gave me a number, 22 different things, and I had to prove them the entire way. That's 22 different folders, 22 different actions for it to do. Thank you. And so when I scroll down, it did it. It did scene 1 through scene 8. And when I click down, 1A through 1F, and if I click again, 1A and 1-2. So based off of that prompt, it understood exactly what I was asking for, which you could do this via template, or if you haven't built a template and you want to build one, this is a great way to start doing it. So you don't need to generate all the time, but in the creation of templates, this is a really great start as well. So I was very surprised. I turned the laptop and I was like, Ashleigh, oh my gosh, it did it. It did the whole thing.
It didn't sort the footage.
Because I have not done that yet.
Yeah.
I only wanted to create the folder structure first.
So that's folder structure, not sorted clips,
correct,
to be clear.
And because this short film is only one scene, I'm not going to continue to sort it further, and then that would also just take a very long time. So I'm not going to demo that, but that is something that I would try in the future, for sure. Okay, so that one was very, very surprising. Let's check on this one and see where we're going. All right, so it tells me, good data, I can read most slates from the frames and transcripts already. If you are importing footage that automatically isn't transcribed, this will actually tell you, let me grab the transcript really quick. It will transcribe it and then it will rename them. So as we can see up here, it's still labeled chat 2, and I think it might stay that way, but I can have multiple chats open at once. And if I want to look at them, I click this down arrow. You can see me, all of my demo tests, but this is where they're going to live. All of your active ones right there. All right. Are we with me so far?
With you.
Okay. Let's give this an easy one. So let's create a new chat and let's just go over a little bit more of the interface. So let's say I want to do this clip right here. I have it selected, and let's say, no, relabel clip to pink color.
So it's good to know that even with spelling typos,
yes,
that it works.
It works. And
Chris, you're in.
This will also work with your custom colors. So if I were to say, if I changed, well, right now I have pink because I have pink in the rose section for my color labels because I like to get fancy. So you say it's not there. but it's rose, and that's where it has it. That is the exact one that I changed to pink. So it recognizes it based off of the name that I gave it.
So you asked relabel clip to pink color.
Yep. And it detects it based off of Premiere's natural colors that are already there. But when you start customizing them, it'll say, oh, I recognize that the color you're asking for is not there, but it's changed based off of the one that you relabeled something else, which was originally rose that I changed to pink. So it can recognize those things. And I'm going to say proceed. Something to note about this as well. So it's asked me, and this is where it will continue to say always proceed, those types of things. I'm going to say proceed because I just like those checks and balances for it to stop. All right. So it did change this. Now that I have something a little bit easier to look at, a couple things. I can give it a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or I can report it for any context that I didn't care for. But this one was good, so I'm going to push like for that. I also have an undo button. This works exactly the way that your history works in Premiere, but before I jump in there in case I mess something up, I can undo it immediately, but the second that I make any other changes, actually, let's just undo it. Can't be undone because clips unrelated to the assistant have already been performed. So be careful with that. That I've done something else, clicked on something else, labeled something else, and now I cannot undo it. But do not worry, because I can always Command Z and that action will still be removed. That's where it works very similarly to history in Premiere. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if I go to my arrow here and find history, these are all of the steps that I've done. And so I can continue to move back if I need to. It's not like the undo button is the only way that that will work. So if you forget that, it's totally fine.
Sorry, where's history?
If I click these arrows right here, I can go to history. And there it is. So I can always go back that way. I'm not completely locked into this because that would be terrifying. And we don't want to do that. Yes, it's very handy for basic tasks. All right, so let's see what's going on here. All right, relabeling. So it's given me this, so we can see that it's unidentified. Let's just check that clip to make sure it's right. And again, this is why we have this for checks and balances. So this is our 6th clip. I'm looking for a slate. I do not see one, which is good. This was just a test one, so this is correct. And so it's given me the clip name, what it has read on the slate, what it grabbed from the transcript, and how it is going to label it. Something to keep in mind with this as well is, wait, first I'm going to proceed. I'm going to allow this. Once it is decided what these names are, I cannot say, oh, can we change those names within this prompt? I have to allow it to go first, and then I'm going to rename. So it's got all of these right here, labeled aside from the one that was the test. And so this is how it's labeled everything. But maybe I want to change that. So let's say, please label all clips as 1A1 to their corresponding take letters and numbers. And it will leave out the 2 that it did not detect anything, which is accurate. But let's see what it does.
It's thinking.
She's thinking, which is great.
Same,
I think we need more of that. Okay, yeah, so we can also see up here that this is labeled chat 2, chat 3, and organizing. So it will not rename, which maybe we could ask it to rename its chat. I don't know. Something that I really like as well, we're going to go over markers, and I'm really excited to do this. So let's actually do that. Let's add another one.
So you can have multiples running at the same time?
Correct.
Interesting.
I just like to not do anything super crazy, which is why while this one was running, I did something like just change a label color, only because I haven't pushed it to its limit and I don't want my laptop to yell. So
she doesn't want the Titanic.
No, I don't want. I don't want that. Oh. Okay, so it's deciding to change label colors, which I don't want. So I can click deny. And let's say, we'll do please rename, let's say. Oh, here, this is great. an option for it's deciding what it did not get right. Renaming clips is what I want. So I actually don't need to reprompt it at all, which is fantastic. Or if it's something else, you can click skip, but I'm going to put rename and see what it does. And while it is doing that, I'm going to just close this. I'm going to take my second bin over here that just has all my clips unnamed. It doesn't matter. You don't need to move us. You're good. I was just showing that I'm going to be taking all of the clips over here, and I want to add markers to these. And I want to add them to action.
Hi, Arco.
Hi, Arco. Cut and reset, just so I can see what's in my footage. This is going to make my assistant edit a lot easier in my clips. Now, while this is generating, I'm going to tell you right now, this will also tell you what it is incapable of doing and what you can do in Premiere to mitigate that. So I know that by prompting this, it's going to tell me that it is not capable of adding clip-specific markers, meaning whenever I move this clip, very similar to I'm up here and I'm in the source monitor and I'm adding my markers here, which are clip-specific. So anywhere I move that clip, that marker is going to come with it. This, or even adding to the transcript. If I want action in here, wherever the word action is, there it is. I can add there and hit M and add a marker. So it can't do this, but what it can do is it can add them to the timeline with markers. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay. So I want search transcripts. Yeah, let's say that.
So Court is wanting to put in markers in the clips when the words cut or reset or action are used. Hi, Magic Studios.
Right. Hi, Magic Studios.
Does the tiny AI production assistant remember the chats on a project basis?
That is a great question. And from me leaving a project, removing the hard drive, plugging it back in, the whole step, it did recognize it. So I want to say a soft yes. All right. So I need to flag a limitation. So it's telling me it can't do that, which is great. But here's what I do instead. And then it tells you a way to get around it, which I really, really appreciate. So let's try something else in this. Let's say that I want to bring all of these into a sequence and have markers labeled on my footage that way, because I still want to do the assistant edit. I still need markers somewhere to make things easier, and I can always add them in the sequence, which it can do. So let's say, I always say please, you don't have to, of footage in bin, let's see, in bin 1 in July demo, and add markers where it says action, cut, reset. So let's see if it will add it here, and let's check on our other ones.
Okay, remind us of what this one was.
So this one is, I've asked it to relabel our clip names from this SE 1E take one situation, and I want it to change them to 1A take one, 1B take one, 1C take one, etc. So if I click down right here in our called tool, rename project items, I can look at the code and see what it's saying to do. So it's doing 1B1, 1C1, 1D1, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to say proceed, and we're done. So now everything is relabeled.
And there you can see it.
I'm so sorry, Ashleigh is all over the place.
You can see it on the left-hand side that it
right
renamed all of those clips.
Correct. So that would be the step that I do, but just for the sake of time, I've jumped over to the other one, the adding markers. But once everything was labeled properly, then I would run this prompt to add them into the sequence. Okay, so I don't want to create a new sequence. It did not add it to July demo, but it says, would you like me to move forward? I'm going to say deny, because I don't want it to create a sequence. I want it to put it within the sequence that currently exists. Okay, so this can also happen, and read your reasoning, please. But for this, I'll actually recopy this prompt and I'll have it create a sequence. And this is something you might have to run a couple times as well. And this could also be because I did not put July 1st demo. I'm going to say proceed, and we'll let her run so you can see what it looks like at the very end. And you got it. What I really appreciate too is that in this, when I ran this before, it gave me a different marker color for action, cut, and reset. And it told me which one corresponded with which color. So then I knew what I was looking at instead of having to scrub through my footage, find one of the markers, and figure it out that way. So I think that this can save a lot of time, especially on the labeling front when you are bringing footage into Premiere and you start clicking on the clips, setting your frame. So when you click into the source monitor, you can see that it's exactly on the slate that you need to make it easier. It eliminates a few of those steps. So especially when you're working in documentary, when you're working in feature film, this is going to save a ton of time. Again, I do not know how many credits this is going to generate, but when that information is available, we will let you know. She's still working. And as soon as she pops up and we can see the markers and they're beautiful, then we will wrap up.
You also can have it say you are importing a video file in and have it suggest B-roll.
Yes.
You also can have it generate B-roll and have it place that generated B-roll.
Yep. So you can do assistant edits, meaning you can say, hey, I've got this footage and I need every clip no longer than 1 second. And it will take all of your clips, chop them up, and then you can use your slip tool and rearrange them if you'd like. But yeah, assistant edits, relabeling, creating edits, B-roll, it can do a lot. There's actually very little. I think it's just on a micro level of the specificity of how complicated it is to explain certain things or put it into a sequence that it already exists in, that kind of thing. But it's definitely worth playing around with, and it's been awesome so far.
Cool.
Yeah. She's just taking her time.
She's just gonna do her thing. Thank you for demoing that. That was really cool. I learned a lot.
You're really cool. You're really cool though.
Oh my gosh. You're my all-around best friend.
Thank you. You're my all-around best friend too.
Hooray for time saving, Chris says. Magic Studios, I'd say the credits spend will depend on the complexity of the prompted task and not the amount of prompts itself.
I completely agree.
Yeah. We're definitely in an interesting time with credit spend, for sure. Clever, thanks for tuning in. Happy July 4th. Go ahead.
Which again is why Ashleigh and I would not use it for the very easy instance where I said change the label colors of these clips. I would not be using it for that. I would be using it for extensive relabeling, very much like I demoed, or placing markers.
Yeah. Next episode will be next Wednesday, July 8th at 11 a.m. Pacific. Make sure that you join the Adobe Live Discord and join our show CA in LA. And our week 5 challenge is to tell an artist friend how great they are. Pretty easy.
You are so great.
You're so great.
You are incredible,
You're
and I'm so proud
friend.
of you.
I'm so proud of you.
You're doing the most.
I loved you
in your set
last week.
I loved you in your set last week.
Happy Canada Day!
Happy Canada Day!
Yes, make sure that you eat all of the yummy foods and be as festive as you'd like. And last week we talked about Clarity coming out on Friday, and Clarity, our brand new song, is out in the world right now. So please go check it out. It's available everywhere that you listen to music for the most part. Definitely not on Minecraft.
Sorry, Keith. Very sorry about that.
Absolutely. Thank you for showing us everything.
Thank you.
Y'all, thanks so much for tuning in. Ohana, thank you for being here. Adobe, thank you for having us.
All the markers are here, by the way.
All of the markers are there. I'm
They're
Ashleigh.
here.
This is Courtney. We are CA in LA, Courtney and Ashleigh in Los Angeles. We're best friends, filmmakers, musicians,
And variety streamers.
And you should tune in to our Twitch stream. We'll be live tonight at 6 p.m. We're playing this brand new game called Mecha Chameleon with our community. We don't do just dedicated game streams that often, so tune in. It's going to be a hoot. And then we'll be back playing music on Friday night at 7 p.m. p.m. Pacific over on twitch.tv/CA_in_LA.
Yay!
Thank you all so much for
you.
being here. Martu, yes, we've
Yep, we're gonna do
never
it.
played before. We're really nervous.
I'm excited though. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be great. Thank you all again so much for tuning in.
you.
We will see you next Wednesday. And thanks so much for getting Clarity to over 4,000 listens. Just
Crazy.
activated me like a sleeper agent. Martu, you're going to have to share all of your tips and tricks because we are noobs.
Yep.
It looked so fun when you were playing.
It did. We can't wait to learn from you.
Yes. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next Wednesday.